Welcome back. St. Lucia's goodwill and brand ambassadors continue to spread St. Lucia's message even amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. That message now centers on COVID-19 and how everyone can stay safe. Minister for Culture, Fortuna Belrose, gave insight into the work being done. Nisha Charles tells us more.
In January 2020, the Ministry of Culture unveiled an ambassadors program with the objective of actualizing the country's national cultural policy. It will also serve as a catalyst for socio-economic transformation and the development of human capital. The ambassadors were expected to represent St. Lucia locally, regionally, and internationally by leveraging their profile and celebrity status to forge partnerships between the Cultural Development Foundation and other related agencies. That focus has since changed with the advent of COVID-19. Culture Minister Fortuna Belrose explains.
You recognize that we still have people who cannot, have not embraced, the issues around the COVID virus. And so there is work to be done in there. And so we're now looking at a strategy to ensure that we are able to reach them, in a more effective way, in terms of communicating the message. Because some people have not been able to get the message in the way that I think the majority of us have.
Belrose says that all the ambassadors are engaged in meaningful work.
For example, Ambassador Shitoli is very, very consistently busy getting us all the medical supplies and support that we need at this point in time. But they're all working and they're all doing, the duty. Remember, they were persons who were not sitting and waiting for things to happen. They were already making things happen, and our society continues to benefit, from the work that they are all doing. And so we're grateful and we're happy to report. Even Jalim is also working on a big project as well. He was recently honored by the Sabga Awards Foundation. And so, the ambassadors are there. They're doing the work that is required.
The ambassadors program consists of 12 goodwill ambassadors and 9 brand ambassadors. For the Hot 7 News, Nisha Charles reporting.
An education arm of the National Workers Union is poised to open come 2021. The John Burke Industrial Academy was unveiled at the recently held 2020 Congress of Delegates of the National Workers Union. General Secretary Joanne Haywood says the academy is meant to benefit members of the organization.
What we're looking at, the academy will more or less be an educational arm of the organization where people will be benefiting from training and educational activities, workshops, seminars, and so forth. So at the end of the day, people will be versed and well-rounded in educational stuff, but with a trade union context being put into it. So we're going to be putting together a mini board of directors who will oversee it and spearhead it in terms of a work program, the sort of activities that will be held at the academy. These are things that we're hoping to put together soon.
Tyrone Maynard was also re-elected President General of the organization.
Delegates unanimously endorsed a resolution that was on the table for the re-election of Comrade Tyrone Maynard as President General. So Comrade Maynard will continue to serve as the President General for the next term, 2020 to 2021. Like I said, that was a resolution that was unanimously approved by the delegates.
The forum was held on Sunday, the 15th of November. The International Men's Network is setting its sights on tackling the growing problem of delinquency in young men in St. Lucia. IMN President Barry Innocent says the organization has teamed up with the Ministry for Gender Relations to come up with the Boys to Men Conference. The main idea, he says, is to catch the attention of young men through rap music to deliver messages of positivity with hope of achieving behavioral change.
The trend of delinquency among young men in St. Lucia has been a cause for concern for the International Men's Network as well as the Department of Gender Relations. To help combat this ill, the two entities have teamed up to host a conference to give these young men a fighting chance in society. President of the International Men's Network, Barry Innocent, says the conference will be one that is unconventional.
As you know, boys, they have a short attention span, so we kind of just do it in a way that is a long lecture. So we decided we're going to pull in a lot of our conscious rap artists that come on board, and they've come. There are about 8 of them, and they've come on board, and they're very excited about coming and perform, and they see this opportunity to contribute to society and to contribute to a more righteous nation. And so they're going to be singing the songs, rap music and reggae to a certain extent, but the songs are positive vibes, and they will also be speaking interventions that will speak to behavioral modification in boys.
Innocent says that music is used throughout the world to bring people together for a cause.
Music is a universal language. Even babies, you see them tapping the finger, going the rhythm, because music has influence. And also we're going to use youthful music, if I can use that term, like rap music and reggae, to bring across that message, that constructive conversation, that positive vibes. And this is the reason why at this conference we will have about between 6 to 8 conscious and rap artists that have lyrics that speak to positivity and behavior modification, and speaks to being responsible to your family and to your job and to your life, and to being a good manager of yourself and bringing out your godly potential.
The Boys to Men conference takes place virtually on Wednesday, November 18th from 3 p.m. and can be viewed on the Government of St. Lucia's social media sites. For the Hot 7 News, Nisha Charles reporting.
At a critical moment for the education sector, Bank of St. Lucia makes a considerable donation of laptops and desktop computers to 10 students and 1 school. The local bank collaborated with the National Community Foundation NCF in selecting the various recipients. The computers were presented at a ceremony last week at the Financial Center.
As the need for establishing and maintaining virtual classrooms increases across the island, educators are constantly being faced with the challenge of some students not having access to computers. In response to this new dilemma, Bank of St. Lucia has partnered with the National Community Foundation to donate 10 laptops to students in need and 2 desktop computers and a Cisco switch to the Stanley John Odlum Memorial Secondary School. Understanding the positive impact this can have on the education sector, Deputy Managing Director of BOSL, Medford Francis, encouraged other financial institutions and corporate St. Lucia to also support the initiative.
COVID-19 is likely to remain with us for a while, and we need to continue to support the education of our young people. From a banking community perspective, this could not have been more opportune in that this month is Financial Information Month, and the theme is financial empowerment through education. So it's all coming together very nicely, and of course I take the opportunity to really implore the private sector to come on board similar type initiatives in partnership with Bank of St. Lucia.
According to Francis, it is very important that students get access to their teachers and colleagues while schools remain closed. BOSL has shared a long-term partnership with the NCF and are working together with officials to ensure that those most in need will receive the laptops.
These laptops come at a very opportune time because with the influx of the COVID pandemic, we have children who are going to school and are not able to participate in classroom activities remotely because they don't have the devices.
Principal of the Stanley John Odlum Memorial School also echoed the gratitude of others present and shared a little on how they were going to put the new equipment to use.
I can assure you that it will be put to good use, especially now when we are making a transition towards the virtual classroom and towards online instruction. This equipment will definitely enhance and facilitate this transition. And as we move forward, I really hope that this relationship continues. It is mutually beneficial, and I can assure you that my students and my staff will benefit immensely from this.
As one of the members of the Bankers Association of St. Lucia, BOSL is pleased to be able to give back to the education sector, particularly during the month of October, which was observed by the ECCB and its affiliates as Financial Information Month.
Stay with us, the latest weather forecast is coming up.